After many days of research, very intensive research, into what happened in neighboring Uganda, where there was a terror attack, a double-edged terror attack, I can now confidently say that we Kenyans need to be very concerned and on high alert after what happened in our neighboring country. And there are very many reasons for this, which I cover on this show today. Very fascinating stuff. Very revealing show. You know, all along, those of us who have been trying to understand these terror manenos have been focusing our attention in the wrong places. And therefore we have missed a glaring clue that neatly solves the mystery and explains a completely new angle linked to these terror manenos. And this is what my show today is all about. A very warm welcome, and let's get down to it right away. The truth is that the recent terror attack in neighboring Uganda, in Kampala to be precise, should be of great concern to Kenyans. And there are very many reasons for this. Indeed, what you're going to discover in this video today is going to shock most to their bones. First, allow me a few minutes to very quickly go through the facts concerning the Uganda attack. Now, the ADF, Allied Democratic Forces, has been a thorn in the flesh of Ugandans for very many years, carrying out terror attacks, small ones. And most of the activity was centered in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo, in the North Kivu district of that country. Over the years, the authorities have not taken them seriously. They've often been referred to as some ragtag militia in the bush somewhere. But things changed very dramatically after 2015 because a man known as Musa Baluku took over the helm at the ADF. You see, Baluku was very determined to give the ADF a global outlook and was determined to affiliate the terror outfit to the global Islamic State. In fact, he started referring to the ADF as the Islamic State Central Africa Province. Of course, there were those within the organization that resisted this. And there was a lot of internal squabbles for him to get his way. Very similar to what happened to the Al-Shabab, who focus on Kenya and Somalia, but I'll come to that in a second. Now, in case you've missed it, this thing of affiliating yourself with an international outfit is all about the money, financing. In the end, Baluku emerged victorious. And in fact, on September 2020, he announced that there was no more ADF. That his outfit was actually a branch, an affiliate of the Islamic State. And what followed was a string of many terror attacks within the country called Uganda. And these have increased, in recent months and weeks, culminating in the very unfortunate double bombing in Kampala last week. Now, I just want to remind you, we are talking about why Kenyans should be very worried about this event that unfolded in Uganda. Very worried. Now, fascinatingly, in 2012-2013, the Al-Shabab group went through a carbon copy experience of what the ADF went through, what I've just described. And it all started with the ascension to power, the helm of the group, by the very feared Ahmed Abdi Godane, who met very ruthlessly with the opposition that emerged within Al-Shabab, opposing his decision to take Al-Shabab international and to affiliate it with Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden's Al-Qaeda. And many of you will be surprised what I mean by opposition. Grumblings, or people and persons within the organization that look like they are not 100% with you. And what Godane did, he had these people executed. Some of them beheaded. Now I want you to take careful note of the similarities here. After Godane had settled down and gotten rid of all opposition to what he wanted to do, the most devastating terror attack ever witnessed in the country of Kenya unfolded. The Westgate, which I covered in great detail on my Kumekucha brand on the blog then. Indeed, I believe we were the first to point to the main man behind that attack. The organizer, executor, the person who ordered it. It was Ahmed Abdi Godane. And my detailed report went right into the rural Somalia, where everything started. Anyway, also in Uganda, when Musa Baluku had settled down, what has followed are the most devastating terror attacks that country has ever seen, culminating in the recent Kampala bombings. But there's more. Just hold that thought at the back of your mind somewhere. We'll come back to it. My latest information from security experts and experts on this subject in the region indicate that there is now emerging evidence that all these terror groups are very closely cooperating. That means the ADF, or Islamic State Central Africa Province, Al-Shabab, and even Nigeria's Boko Haram. It has been revealed that Al-Shabab have been regularly sending trainers into the Congo to assist the ADF. And ADF people have been going to Somalia regularly. They have all been cooperating in logistics, training, and obviously much more. Now, some people may find this difficult to believe. Because as I've just told you, the ADF is affiliated to the Islamic State, and Al-Shabab are affiliated to the Al-Qaeda. And so on the surface of things, cooperation here would seem highly unlikely, because there's even a difference in ideology and approach. But all that is on the surface. The reality is that there's very close cooperation. And then just look at the timing. We started off with the attack in London, followed by Kampala in neighboring Uganda. In Kenya, several possible attacks have been foiled by security agencies. Can the timing be a coincidence? I don't think so. They would suggest some form of global coordination. That's really what it is. I think you can now begin to understand why the Kampala attacks should be of great concern to Kenyans. And indeed, Kenyans need to be very alert, on high alert, at the moment, against possible attacks. Now, there's another very important point that we must take note of. Financing these kind of activities is extremely costly. These terror organizations run on budgets that go into millions of dollars every year. The kind of money that is difficult for them to put together locally from some of the activities. Taxes in the regions they control, selling charcoal and many other things. And more recently, with the help of the ADF, mineral activities in the Congo. As lucrative as some of these activities may sound, they are not enough. And therefore, for these attacks to take place, they would require to source their funds from outside, globally. And therefore, the immediate question is which global outfit would be interested in financing activities of this nature? And of course, that global setup must be able to be in a position to raise huge, colossal amounts of money. And if the financiers are the same, then the coordination and cooperation we're talking about would make even more sense. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. You see, there are people in this world, believe it or not, whose great interest, in many instances, is causing instability in countries, certain countries, all over the world, which assist them in achieving the overall objectives. And trust me, these are very powerful people. It's not only money they have, they also wield immense power. Now in Kenya recently, we had 3 terror convicts escape from the most secure facility in the country, the Committee Maximum Security Prison. And in my previous video, I pointed out the many puzzles linked to that escape, including the fact that the convicts were so easily recaptured by villagers, in fact, deep in Kitui. And what I'm saying, because I have to be careful what I say here, this is highly sensitive stuff, even if you don't believe it. What I'm saying here is that there's a link between the people financing these terror groups in the region and the people who financed and executed the escape of the 3 convicts from Committee. Remember, all 3 convicts had been convicted of terror activities. I think you have now begun to put all of it together. And indeed, it is very scary stuff. And it also reminds us yet again that virtually all mysteries can easily be solved by simply following the money. Follow the money, and there'll be no deep mystery that you'll ever be unable to resolve, to solve, to shed more light into. None. To those still struggling to put it all together, I highly recommend that you go through this video again, go back to the beginning, and listen carefully. And you will quickly be able to put it all together. And understanding will dawn on you. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.